The film opens with Earth under massive attack from an alien creature known as Shark. This thing is no joke. It tears through cities and leaves the planet in ruins. Just when humanity is on the brink of collapse, a team of giant robots appears from space, swooping in like saviors. They battle Shark and push back the alien threat, saving the world. Then the story jumps ahead to the year 2075. We meet a young daredevil named Stanford, riding his futuristic motorbike like a pro, performing stunts and crazy high jumps. Riding alongside him is his friend, Eva, who cheers him on. After having their fun, they both return to SkyCorps, a massive military base floating above Earth, commanded by General Park. From up there, they monitor the planet for any signs that Shark might come back. Inside the command center, one of the officers reports that 2 new mechs are approaching Earth. They only appear once a year, and they choose their own pilots. So, General Park orders his team to deactivate the global defense ring temporarily, allowing the 2 robots to safely enter Earth's atmosphere. The excitement builds as General Park announces that it's time for new pilot selections. The young cadets at SkyCorps start preparing, knowing this could be their one shot to become real mech pilots, or Mech Cadets. Meanwhile, poor Stanford watches from the sidelines. He's not even allowed to participate because, well, he's just a janitor. It crushes him, but his mom, who also works at the base, comforts him. She tells him he can at least intern as a mech technician alongside Eva. But deep down, that's not what he wants. He wants to fly. Later, all the students line up on the field, excited and nervous. The 2 massive robots land with a thunderous boom, and everyone stares in awe. These mechs will choose their own pilots from among the students, a life-changing moment for whoever gets picked. General Park encourages his daughter, Olivia, to give it everything she's got. It's her last chance before she ages out of eligibility. Then comes a gutsy moment. Stanford sneaks into General Park's office, begging him to let him join the pilot selection test. The general coldly rejects him, saying he's not qualified and doesn't belong there. But Stanford's got that underdog fire burning in him. He's not ready to give up. So he asks Eva for help. Together, they sneak into the gear room and steal a pilot uniform. Stanford disguises himself as a trainee and slips into the lineup with the others. The atmosphere is electric. The 2 giant robots stand towering over the cadets, scanning each of them. But just when things seem to be going well, Olivia spots Stanford and exposes him. The guards drag him out, and General Park is furious. Not only did Stanford sneak into the test, he also broke a strict rule by stealing official pilot gear. Heartbroken and embarrassed, Stanford is fired from his janitor job. The pilot selection continues without him. The trainees battle it out in a series of brutal one-on-one fights while the robots watch closely, studying their moves. By the end of the test, the top 3 candidates emerge: Olivia, Maya, and Frank. Then, it's time for the final step. The robots themselves choose their pilots. Maya gets picked by a massive red mech, while Frank bonds with a thunder blue one called Thunder Wrecker. Olivia is left standing alone. She's crushed, and so is her father, General Park, who just walks away without a word. Meanwhile, Stanford rides off on his motorbike, feeling completely defeated. But fate's about to turn everything upside down. As he's heading down a deserted road, a glowing object streaks across the sky and crashes near him. Stanford rushes to check it out and discovers, you guessed it, a new robot. Sleek, blue, and unlike any other mech he's seen. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Shark reappears. It's evolved, bigger, and more dangerous than before. The blue robot tries to fight, but it's clearly struggling. Stanford jumps in to help, and in that intense moment, the robot initiates a bond with him. Even though he's confused, Stanford agrees, and instantly, the 2 become one. The robot accepts him as its pilot and reveals its name, Bodhi, which also happens to be the nickname Stanford's late father used for him. Then things get even crazier. Captain Tanaka, the most skilled pilot in SkyCorps, shows up in his own mech to battle Shark. After a fierce fight, Tanaka defeats the creature, but he's shocked when he realizes Stanford was the one piloting Bodhi. Back at the base, General Park scolds Olivia for failing the test and reminds her she's too old for another chance. Mechs only choose pilots under 16. Meanwhile, Captain Tanaka brings Stanford and Bodhi to SkyCorps HQ. He tells the general that Bodhi has chosen Stanford as its bonded pilot, and they can't break that connection. Everyone's stunned, especially Maya and Frank, who can't believe the janitor is now one of them. Olivia's reaction? Pure jealousy. She refuses to accept that Stanford, a nobody, got what she always dreamed of. Frank, however, supports him, telling Stanford that if Bodhi chose him, it must have seen something special inside him. Soon after, new trouble arises. Another shark creature manages to slip through Earth's defenses. This one's stronger, and worse, it's evolving fast. Stanford tells his mom the big news: he's now a real pilot. But instead of being proud, she's terrified. She doesn't want to lose her son in battle. Still, Stanford assures her that he can handle it. The next day, training begins. Stanford, Maya, and Frank team up, each with their own mech. They practice syncing their minds with their machines, feeling each other's thoughts and even sharing pain. Eva watches from the sidelines, proud of how far Stanford has come. During the exercise, they nearly lose control and stumble upon something unexpected: a shark egg. Meanwhile, General Park secretly reveals something to Olivia. He's been building his own classified mech called Hero Force, a massive, heavily armed robot that he's been developing in secret for years. He wants Olivia to pilot it. Fueled by determination, she agrees, ready to prove herself again. That night, one of the shark eggs in the lab starts glowing, sending out a strange pulse that links with another egg hidden deep under the ocean. The next morning, General Park meets with the research professor, who warns him that these shark eggs are dangerous and possibly connected to the creature's hive mind. They think keeping one for study could help find shark's weakness. But Captain Tanaka doesn't buy that. He's seen too much destruction already. He argues that the egg should be destroyed immediately because if it hatches, everyone at the base could be in serious danger. General Park listens to both sides, thinks it through, and finally decides they'll keep the egg for analysis. And that one decision? Yeah, it's gonna cost them later. After that, the cadets start their next round of mech training. Things are intense. New drills, more difficult simulations, and everyone's pushing their robots to the limit. Soon, the base's head engineer arrives, bringing brand new weapon systems for each mech. Sparks fly, machines roar, and everyone's excited to test them out. Then, out of nowhere, the massive Hero Force robot makes its grand entrance, piloted by none other than Olivia, General Park's daughter. The entire team, including Stanford, Maya, and Frank, just stands there shocked. Nobody expected Olivia to be back, and definitely not piloting the most advanced mech ever built. General Park officially introduces her to Captain Tanaka, asking him to mentor and look after her. Olivia looks confident, ready to prove herself after the humiliation of being rejected earlier. While everyone gears up for the next training session, a group of mechanics, including Max, are assigned to the Hero Force workshop under the leadership of Clark. Max, who's usually laid back, is stunned by the level of tech packed inside the Hero Force mech. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi dream. Meanwhile, far away on Mars, an exploration robot suddenly goes offline after being attacked by something unseen. When General Park gets the report, he immediately suspects the shark egg might have originated from Mars, meaning this invasion could be way bigger than anyone thought. Back at the base, Hero Force's energy starts running low mid-flight, so Captain Tanaka orders Olivia to land. They're testing a new weapon system today. One by one, the cadets try out their upgraded weapons: explosive gauntlets, energy blades, plasma cannons, and the results are impressive. Olivia, not wanting to be outshined, steps up and unleashes Hero Force's full power. The thing is a beast, heavy, brutal, and unstoppable. To end the drill, Tanaka sets up a capture the flag challenge where the cadets have to team up to grab a flag off his mech in a sparring battle. It's all about teamwork and coordination. Inside the control room, Max and Eva monitor everything. As they watch, Max opens up about his past. He tells Eva that during the first Shark War, he piloted a mech named Mariposa. One day, their team got ambushed by Shark. Max sent a distress call to Clark, but Clark never responded. With no backup and their systems failing, Mariposa made a choice. She ejected Max from the cockpit and self-destructed to destroy Shark, saving him. That's why Max doesn't trust emotionless machines like Hero Force, because unlike the real mechs, it has no soul, no empathy, no heart. Tanaka later reminds everyone during debriefing that to defeat powerful enemies like Shark, they have to work together. And sometimes, that means risking everything for your teammates. Stanford takes those words seriously. Later, he gathers Maya and Frank to discuss a better strategy for teamwork. But Maya, still cocky and overly confident, insists on working alone. She wants all the glory for herself. When the next mission starts, Maya tries to handle it solo. She manages to grab the flag and complete the mission, but in the process, her arm gets hurt, and her mech Big Red takes heavy damage. Seeing Big Red in pain makes her realize how selfish she's been. She finally understands that mechs aren't just tools, they feel what their pilots feel. Later, Max warns her to take better care of her mech, while Olivia complains to her father that Hero Force doesn't have enough power output. Then things take a dark turn. The scientists detect strange readings from space. The monitors light up, something massive is moving toward Earth. At the same time, in the lab, one of the shark eggs slips out of its containment tank. The professor, investigating, suddenly gets attacked by something. Moments later, Eva enters the lab and finds a hole blown through the wall and the professor's body lying on the floor. General Park rushes to the scene, horrified. He immediately realizes one of the shark eggs must have hatched. He orders Max to seal off the entire headquarters and activate lockdown. Mrs. Stanford, thinking fast, suggests using a weapon called the plasma tusk to destroy the remaining 3 shark eggs before they hatch. Max agrees, but first tells Eva to get to safety before the lockdown seals everything. Max then races to the control room to manually close the gates. It'll take 3 minutes to complete the lockdown sequence. As he guards the main gate, General Park and Mrs. Stanford reach the plasma tusk chamber and start preparing the eggs for destruction. But once the lockdown engages, they realize they're trapped inside with no way out. Back in the dorms, chaos erupts. The hatched shark breaks through the walls, attacking everything in sight. Maya and Olivia barely manage to hide in their rooms. General Park stays calm, believing his daughter can handle herself, while Mrs. Stanford panics for her son's safety. Elsewhere, Frank fights the shark head-on, even though his prosthetic leg snaps off mid-battle. Maya jumps in to help him, and together they finally take down the monster. Afterward, Frank passes out from exhaustion. A quick flashback shows us his story, how he lost his leg in an earlier shark battle but still trained hard to become a pilot. General Park was the one who gave him his mechanical leg, giving him a second chance. Meanwhile, Eva finds Max still at the gate, refusing to leave. They try to figure out how to open the locked door where General Park and Mrs. Stanford are trapped. But blasting it open could trigger the plasma tusk and blow up the entire base. Eva runs to Stanford and Olivia to tell them their parents are trapped inside. Inside the chamber, General Park and Mrs. Stanford brace themselves as the shark hatchling attacks. The only way to open the door is to deactivate the base's lockdown, but if they do that, the outer gates will open too, letting the sharks escape. Stanford doesn't care. He can't just stand there while his mom's in danger. He rushes to the operator room to override the system. At the same time, Frank regains consciousness, only to see another shark still alive and charging at them. With no choice, he and Maya team up again. Frank uses his iron leg like a spear, and they finally kill the creature. Meanwhile, Olivia tries to stop Stanford, pleading with him not to unlock the gates. She insists that sometimes, for the sake of humanity, sacrifices have to be made. But Stanford doesn't listen. He deactivates the lock. The doors swing open, and all hell breaks loose. 3 sharks hatch from the plasma tusk chamber. The monsters storm through the base, tearing everything apart. Eva, General Park, and Mrs. Stanford fight back with heavy artillery. Eva manages to take down one shark using a sky laser cannon. Stanford, flying in with Bodhi, arrives just in time and slays the second shark. But one of them escapes through the open gate. Because of that, General Park holds Stanford responsible. He's expelled from Sky Corps for disobeying orders and causing a shark to escape into the wild. Heartbroken, Stanford leaves the base and heads home. Meanwhile, Max is badly injured in the fight. Before being taken to Med Bay, he asks Eva to take over his duties temporarily. Frank now walks with a stick, recovering from his injuries. Olivia announces to everyone that Stanford has been officially removed, and a new pilot named Adam will take over Bodhi. That news crushes the team, and even Bodhi reacts violently in the hangar, refusing to accept anyone else. Eva tries to calm him down, but the robot keeps resisting. General Park orders Eva to install a chip inside Bodhi to erase his memory of Stanford and link him to Adam instead. Eva hesitates, clearly uncomfortable with the order. While Maya and Captain Tanaka head out to track the escaped shark near the shield control zone, Stanford sits at home, broken. He stares at an old photo of his dad and vents his guilt, feeling like he destroyed everything he worked for. Meanwhile, in the lab, Eva secretly tweaks the chip before installing it. When she inserts it into Bodhi, he suddenly flashes back, remembering the moment he and Stanford first fell to Earth together, their first battle against Shark, and how their bond was formed. When Adam tries to pilot Bodhi, the mech snaps, literally throwing Adam out of the cockpit. Turns out, Bodhi's memory never really disappeared. Moments later, Bodhi flies off, leaving everyone stunned. He tracks down Stanford's house and lands right outside. Stanford can't believe his eyes. His old partner came back for him. His mom, smiling proudly, tells him his father would be so proud of the man he's become. Together, Stanford and Bodhi soar back toward the Skycorps base, ready to fight again. Back at headquarters, General Park orders Clark to dismantle the Hero Force Corps and stop developing more robomechs. Meanwhile, Captain Tanaka writes a heartfelt letter to someone named Charlie, admitting that his time as a pilot is ending. The next generation is ready now. In the final scene, Eva secretly follows Clark's men to a hidden lab. What she discovers shocks her. Clark is working on something dangerous. But before she can investigate further, Olivia catches her red-handed. And that's where the first part of this movie wraps up.